It's a worldview, sometimes called breatharianism, and it challenges the one thing we all think is true, that we actually need to eat to survive.
The entire idea of nutrition is a myth. The argument here is that nothing you ingest, not food, not even water, is actually assimilated by your body. If we're not getting our energy from food and water, then where does it come from? Well, according to this philosophy, everything our body needs is just absorbed directly from the air we breathe. The idea is that the water vapor in the air, the hydrogen and oxygen, is our true source of fuel. So really, breathing is the only thing we actually need to do to get nutrition.
Frames our entire existence as a kind of super advanced video game or a simulation. And inside this video game of life, this philosophy says there's a huge split inside each of us. You've got the being, that's your true self, the conscious player who knows what's going on. And then you've got the ego, which is just a programmed character, an illusion that's been tricked into thinking it's the one in charge. The entire journey, according to this material, starts with one single word that sounds incredibly simple: observe. That's it. You don't fight, you don't try to change anything, you don't fix, you just watch. And observing here isn't some intellectual exercise. It's about witnessing your ego's patterns as they happen. You see the impulse to grab a snack. You feel that wave of anxiety, but you don't get swept away by it. You just watch it. And the idea is that through that pure watching, you start to realize just how much of what you do is just useless, conditioned noise. But here's the real twist. The source warns that just adopting a new belief system is another trap. So even believing in breatharianism is seen as just as limiting as believing in nutrition. The whole point isn't to trade one prison cell for another. Belief itself is the blockage. The goal is for the ego, that programmed character, to finally realize that it's just a character in a game. Through observation, it understands its role and just willingly steps aside. It lets the real player, your being, take the controls. The idea is that when you finally surrender the ego's desperate need to control everything, you sync up with this higher intelligence that already knows the perfect path for you. And it will bring you everything you truly need without you having to struggle for it. So in the end, this whole radical philosophy really comes down to one big, provocative question for you to think about. Are your actions coming from a set of pre-installed programs and anxieties, or are they flowing from a deeper, more conscious intelligence? Who is really living your life?